had a son named Isaac, and Isaac had a son named Jacob, and Jacob had a son named Joseph, who saved God's people from famine by bringing them to Egypt. When the famine was over, Joseph and his brothers didn't follow God out of Egypt. Neither did their children or their children's children or their children's children's children, even though God's family was now bigger than ever. They were about to be in trouble because a new king began to rule in Egypt. This king was very mean to the people, to God's people. He made them his slaves. All day long, they would work and work and worked. God picked a man named Moses to rescue his people. Until one day, Moses walked by a bush. Not any old bush though, mind you, but the bush was on fire, but it didn't burn up. When Moses got closer, God started talking to him. He said, "I know my people are suffering and alone," he said. "I hear their cries. I see their chains. Their slavery ends now." Moses thought that was good news, but he wasn't sure what he had to do with it. Then God said, "Moses, you're going to be the one to tell Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. You're going to say, 'Let my people go.'" Moses was scared. Pharaoh could hurt him, even kill him. God knew Moses was scared, so he gave him an important promise. He said, "I'll be with you the whole time." So Moses told Pharaoh everything God had said. Pharaoh didn't want to let go of God's people at first, but then God started sending horrible plagues. During the last plague, many people died, including Pharaoh's own son. Finally, Pharaoh told God's people, "Go." God's people were free at last. They praised God for him rescuing them from slavery in Egypt. But as time went on, they stopped being so thankful. Instead, they started to complain. They even started to miss Egypt. It led them back to the same old problem. The people started drifting far away from God. So Moses began hope and pray that God would bring them back to him someday.